Hello, my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a regular subscriber, welcome back. So, today we are doing a stitch with me. I have been cross stitching for 40 years. I started out doing stamped on pillowcases. Stamped then and stamped now is altogether different because stamped then had an X just stamped. Everything was all stamped in a blue ink. And then it told you what colors to use where on the chart. Now stamped looks like a diamond painting. I'm just running this color off in the back. And my senior year of high school, I found counted cross stitch and really got into it. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lois. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Tia. Hi, Muttnuts. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Mickey. Hi, Tina. How is everybody today? So I am stitching Daisy Chain by Carolyn Manning. This is a stitch along that a bunch of us are doing, and I just finished doing the frame, and now I'm working on this flower. Everybody's coming in. Okay, who else? You can call me Butter, Donna, Shawana, Heidi, Kay, Robert, and Deanne. Hi, Sarah, stranger. We miss you. Okay, so I've got to thread the needle again. I have, like I said, I've been stitching for a very long time. I started out stitching also on Aida cloth when I started counted. I did not know about all the other stuff out there. Who else just came in? Little Bright, Little Moody. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Amanda. How is everybody? So, yeah, I started out back then doing counted, and 1999, I found out that was when I got my first computer for online, and I found Cross Stitch Pals, and they had their first retreat in Myrtle Beach. Sorry about that. And so I was going to go to the next one. That was the second year of the retreat in Myrtle Beach. So I joined that, and they had them for 20 years, and I missed like maybe 5 of them. Loved going to the cross stitch retreats, and then I found out all of these other designers and other threads besides DMC. What else? Oh, yeah, all the different fabrics that were out there. Yeah. Okay, Amanda. Who else just came in? Dawn. It's nice to meet you too. Berta, hello. If I missed anybody, sorry. I'm trying to stitch, and yeah, so like I said, I have been stitching for that long, and I started my YouTube channel November of, I wrote it down, November of 2015. And I started out just talking about the books I was reading and buying. Right now, I am working on 28 count, and I do 2/2, which means you are using 2 strands of floss and you're counting over 2 threads on your fabric. And this is my favorite. I love 28 count, especially if you have fractional stitches. It works the best when you use the even weaves and the linen. I can do 32 count also, and I do my Hades, which is Heaven and Earth Designs. I do those on 25 count. So, yeah, I started this channel as a booktube, And then I added in my cross stitch. Then I got into coloring and I wasn't cross stitching as much because my eyes, I needed to wear my bifocals, I needed to wear my mag eyes, and I had to wear my bifocals a certain way on my face along with the mag eyes so I could look up and watch TV or to get closer to the fabric but not the chart, and it was just a pain in the butt. Hi, Crystal. So I kind of stopped stitching for a while and was really, really into coloring. Then I found out about diamond painting and I got into the diamond painting. Well, I ended up having cataract surgery, I think in 2019, the end of 2019, and tried stitching, and it was like, oh, I can see again. But I still was more into the diamond painting until I got to meet Danielle. And Danielle got me back into my cross stitching, and that's all I want to do now. I don't care about coloring and I don't care about diamond painting anymore, unfortunately. I do still color and I do still diamond paint once in a while, but not much. I just love my cross stitching again. So, yeah. And after meeting Danielle and all these stitch alongs that go on, it was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. Now, I already own a ton. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on charts and fabric and floss that I really don't need to buy anymore, but it's a habit. We need it all. So, with that said, I do have one thing to say. I will be talking about stitch-alongs and what's coming up. But I'm going to say this, I'll say it once, is every stitch-along is not for everyone. You're not going to like every stitch-along. And that's okay. You don't have to do them. But please don't sit there and bitch about all the stitch-alongs going on and you don't want to do that, but you want to do this. Do your own stitch-along. There is so many people out there that don't like doing the Hades, and some of us are doing Hades stitch-alongs. Then don't do it. Find your own stitch along. Start your own stitch along. There are so many people that would join you. Yep. So Danielle's telling you, and so she's okay. If you need to get my attention about any stitch alongs or anything, please put it in caps because then I will read it. Danielle's telling us that there is a new stitch along starting September 22nd. So it's only in a few days from now. And it's a Shannon Christine, and it's called Autumn Favorites. It is, I don't know, mine might be right here. I can show it to you if I can find it. I know I had it right here. It's called Autumn Favorites. Where is it? I have all my charts in a pile by me. Well, I don't see it, Danielle. Otherwise, I'd show you. But I don't know where it is. I thought it was right here. Yep. So it's by Shannon Christine. It is so pretty. If you like autumn and autumn colors, you should check that out. You're guilty for what, Amanda? Starting stitch-alongs or pissing off people? Yes, so my idea for next year was to start all the things because you can't take it with you and you can't finish them if you don't start them. So, Amanda went even further and said that for the year of 2023, We should all start something new every single Saturday and every single Sunday. So I went and pulled out next year's calendar and I counted, and there's 105 Saturdays and Sundays next year. So that means all of the above. Amanda is funny today. So that means that you start a new project. And it doesn't have to be big. You can take out all your just cross stitch ornament issues or any ornament patterns you have, little mill hill kits, um, your just cross stitch Halloween issues and all the smalls, and just start them. And one stitch, that's a start. Start them. Just start them. Make a list of 105 things. Now, there's stitch alongs going on that if you're waiting to start them next year, like the Fab 50, I think they said there's 35 frames for that or something like that. Each frame with a character counts as one. So there's 35 projects. I'm starting Tale as Old as Time next year. So the frame counts as a start, and each room counts as a start. So there's a lot of starts right there. Oh, hell no, Tia. I have like 35 whips. Are you kidding me? In cross stitch? I only have 2 in diamond painting, but in cross stitching I have at least 35 whips. So yeah, next year is start all the things, and then we're going to try to finish them all in 2024. Renee, we have dates to start them. So when we tell you there's a stitch along coming up, we'll give you the date of when you're to start. Now, if you can't start that day, but you can start maybe 5 days later, that's fine. But those are the start dates. So I have one coming up. We have one coming up. It is Rosie Quick Stitch Curly Tailed Rosie, and it's a Heaven and Earth Designs. That is starting next month. And that's a new start. Now, sometimes things are not a new start, and that's when you can start anytime, or you can use a whip. But that one starting, we're starting then, and the start date is one day. It's for cross stitching, and then a bunch of people got it as a diamond painting, and that one's starting the week after that for the diamond painters because they'll have theirs done. Yep, that is it. Heaven and Earth Curly Tailed Rosie starts October 22nd. Is the 22nd, is that just for the cross stitchers or is that for the diamond painters? I forgot. See, Danielle's letting us know. She has them all written down and then she's going to give me the list because I have been asked to do a newsletter of just the stitch alongs. So if you are a cross stitcher and you want a newsletter of all the stitch alongs, I will send it out the first of every month. Also, if you come into our Zooms and you want to know, like I do a cross stitch weekend Zoom one weekend every month. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Friday and it ends at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. There's others. Sometimes there's diamond painting event Zooms. I do crafting Wednesdays, any craft that you like to do. I host a Zoom on Wednesday afternoons from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so yeah, October 22nd, we start cross stitching on Rosie. And then those that are diamond painting, they get to start at October 29th. Yep. And if you prefer to do the diamond painting of Rosie, and the link for Rosie is in, Danielle put it in. It's Heaven and Earth Design. So if you see it and you like it, but you don't cross stitch, let Danielle know. And she will get you the info that you can get it as a diamond painting. So those are coming up. Then there's a few of us. Okay, so I was talking about the newsletter. So the Zoom newsletter is for people that come in our Zooms and you want to know like when the cross stitch weekends are. All of that is in the newsletter. I update it every month and I send that out to the Zoomers. So if you are a Zoomer and you want to come in or you just want the newsletter, you need to let me know. So people need to email me their their emails, what newsletter they want, and I can get your name on for that. You can also private message me on Instagram or on Facebook. If I am not your friend on Facebook and you're looking for me, make sure that you send it to the Facebook that is Shalene Toland. The other one is for my close family or for my family and close friends that I know in person. So I have two Facebook accounts. So, and the link is below in my description. Now, I know, is Crystal still here? She wanted me to show the diamond painting events. Yeah, my newsletter is just for the Zoomers. So if you have a Zoom that you would like to promote, then let me know and I need the link to your Zoom. But other than that, if somebody else wants diamond painting event newsletter, you'll have to talk to someone that diamond paints all the time. Maybe they can do one up because I don't diamond paint that often, so I don't include those anymore. Yeah. Okay, Crystal. Crystal wanted me to show how to railroad. So, railroad is not a special way to stitch. It is making your stitches flat. So, when you pull up the needle, you see you have two strands. You're going to put your needle in between two strands and go down in that hole that you go down in. That is going to lay your two strands flat. And you come up again and you do it again. There's your two strands. You take your needle. You don't have to do the bottom cross. You can just do your top leg. Oh, yeah. Well, Kay says she needs info and dates to add to the group. What group? Let them know what group, Kay, and Danielle can probably put the link in for you. Okay, Crystal. So then when I go back over to make the complete X, you do the same thing. You pull up your thread, you put your needle between both threads and go down in the hole. That will keep your threads laying flat. That's what railroading is. Oh, for the diamond painting Rosie? Sorry. Sorry, I didn't read it all. Okay, then you go up again. Put your needle between the two strands and go down. That's railroading. Okay, Crystal, did you see it? Hi, Robin. I will just kind of listen to Danielle because I didn't understand what Kay was saying. Sorry, Kay. So, see how this one's twisted because I didn't do that. You got it? Okay. So that's what railroading is. And there is terms that we have been using for years as cross stitchers, and these new ones are kind of making it their own thing, and it's like, no, that's not right. So yeah, you kind of have to go with the flow, I guess. Because I watch some floss tubers and they'll say something, and I'm shaking my head, going, no, that's not right. And they're like, I've only been stitching for a year, and this is this and this and this, and no, wrong. I don't say anything in their comments though, because that would just be rude. Hi, Craftably, lurking while house chores. Hi, Jolene, how are you? Yeah, if you don't do the railroading, then it just makes it puffier because it's not laying as flat. But if you railroad, then it lays it flat. I technically railroad everything because it's such a habit that I do it. But if I get busy talking, or like right now it's kind of twisted, and it would be a pain to like find that. There it is. I don't always do it, but most. Okay, yep. The next stitch along after um so we talked about Rosie, and then I thought there was another one between Rosie and Nora Corbett. No, Danielle? Oh yeah, you talked about Autumn Harvest. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, the other stitch along, it is starting December 31st. And that is Nora Corbett's Minerva. Just Minerva, not any Nora Corbett, but Minerva. And there's a bunch of us starting that. So I will probably do a Zoom maybe in the day, during the day. You're welcome, Crystal. I hope that helped. I'm just trying to find out where I am right now. Okay. And I've got to start. Now, I usually do the loop method, but because I'm using the same two strands, I'm just going to run it under like 3 stitches in the very back. Don't pull it real tight because you'll pull it right out of there. Then you come around here and you start where you need to start it. Don't pull too tight on that first, or you'll pull it right out through the back. Okay, so there is that. Now some people start on the top of their fabric. I'm learning how to do that, but I've been doing it this way for so many years because this is how I was taught, that it's really hard to change something you've always been doing. Yeah, only Minerva. Hi, Sandy. How are you? So is everybody enjoying all the live streams? I've only watched like 3, I think. I watched Jen's, I watched Crystal's. Who was on? Somebody else was on before Crystal, I watched. I had it on when Lizzie came on, and then because this weekend is my Zoom weekend, so I've been in my Zoom all weekend. But today I put it on my tablet and just turned the volume off, just so that you guys would get the count for views, and I would leave a thumbs up. Hi, Jen. How are you? Jen's been in all morning with me in Zoom. And I have to sneeze. Sorry about that. Okay. And I know there's other stitch-alongs going on next year. So starting January 1st is a stitch-along. And we are stitching Chessie from Heaven and Earth Designs by Ash Evans. It is not an Alice in Wonderland. It is not any other Chessie. It's just that one. I know, I'm pretty sure that Rebecca's doing that. And I think Jen is doing that. Okay, Crashly, what's the request? Thank you, Danielle. I read the book and there's a video up on my channel. I'm not reading it right now. Crashly bought me a funny adult book and I did read it on my channel. So you would have to look for the video. And what's it called? Brenda's Beaver Needs a Haircut. Yeah, it's really, really funny. And I got it in the mail and I couldn't figure out who gave it to me at first. But it is on my channel. I read it. I kept a straight face, didn't laugh at all. Yep, Crashly sent me that book. The stitch-alongs that are going on right now, that are still going on, is my lawn dog sampler, and that's hashtag lawn dogalon. I also have a Facebook group for it, and that is any lawn dog sampler. I'm counting, sorry. This daisy chain just started. When did we start this? Last month? I know, right, Crash? I don't know how I did that without laughing. I mean, I read it when I read it the first time without the video, I was laughing, but I had to read it with a straight face. Hi, Nicole. Yep. So if you want a little reading humor that's adult and a little smut, then you will have to go. I don't know what video it's at. It was earlier this year, I believe. Late last year, earlier this year. Okay. So we started this one August 21st or 22nd. There's also a bunch of us doing summer goodies. I got a knot because I pulled this wrong. I have a knot. See, even I get knots once in a while. Doesn't happen very often, but I get talking and then I'm reading chat and I wasn't paying attention. So we will get this untangled. There's so many stitch-alongs going on. And it's not just me that's doing them. I mean, it's all over the internet. There's something for everybody. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I did the cryptid stitch-along last year. And then this year, we just started the supernatural one that has nothing to do with the TV show. It just has to do with supernatural creatures. Okay, I'm getting there. It's getting untangled. It's just there's a knot right here. One little knot messed it all up. So I may just cut it. Because I'm not going to sit here and fuss with it. Okay. So I stitch doing the loop method when I'm starting out with a new strand. So I take the two and I fold it in half. I take the two strands and then you put it through the eye of the needle, and so you have a loop. There's your loop at the end. So come in. I forgot how many stitches I was supposed to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 8. Okay, so come up a little bit, go down. Then when you flip it over, you catch the loop. And it's snug. Yep, and then this stitch along's going on now. So I have the lawn dog. I have this one. I'm doing the Summer Goodies by Shannon Christine. I know I have others. Oh, I'm doing Magic Study. That's a Heaven and Earth Designs. That is with Pop Culture Stitching. I always count like 3 or 4 times before I continue on so that I don't have to frog anything. So we call it frogging when we have to pull out the stitches because it's rip it, rip it, rip it. And my favorite designers, I have quite a few. I like Mirabilia and Nora Corbett. Nora Corbett is the one who owns Mirabilia. She has 2 lines. So her Mirabilias are usually bigger and more detail, and the Nora Corbett line are a smaller pattern. And Heaven and Earth Designs, I absolutely love most of their stuff. I like full coverage. There's no specialty stitches, there's no back stitching. So they are very it's a long-term commitment with those. Crashly messes up. Hey, that's why you have to keep counting. And I've been stitching for 40 years and I still make mistakes. Yes, I do. I still make mistakes. Sometimes, every once in a great while, I will be stitching something going, crap, that's the wrong color. So, yes, I still do too. Not perfect. My backs also are not perfect. I don't care what my backs look like because once they're framed or finished, you're not going to see them. Okay. You sent Crystal the link. Yeah, Crystal can put the link in here of me reading that book. Also, I did a few Stitch with Me videos where I have the background of me reading a book. I probably have an editing program on my computer. I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know how to do editing. So I read a book on my cell phone and then I play it back while I'm cross stitching. And so that's what my Stitch with Me videos are like. I took a break for a couple months and they will be starting back up here in probably October. I just had to, um, my life has changed a little bit with my grandsons because they have moved and they're at a different school district. So I now drive 20 minutes in the morning to go put them on the bus and then come back home. So for right now, that's what I'm doing until the snow starts flying and I don't drive in the snow. So Dylan's already talked to one of the neighbors. One of my grandsons is friends with the next door neighbor, and his mom puts him on the bus. So Dylan's already talked to her about putting the boys on the bus once winter gets here. So my life has changed a little bit. I'm used to the boys being dropped off here, while they're having breakfast or whatever. Did I just mess that up? See, I think so. I'm not sure. Nope, I didn't. I'm good. So, yeah. Thank you, Crashly. Yeah, Chrissy, you want to put the link in if they want to hear me reading that funny book? It is an adult book, just to warn you. I mean, if there's a kid sitting next to you, they're not going to understand. There's no swearing in it. It's not anything that bad. But yeah. So, yep. As As Amanda says, starting January 1st, every Saturday and Sunday, we are starting something new. And it can be a small thing, it can be a big thing. It's up to you on how you want to do it. And what I plan on doing is picking smalls from my Just Cross Stitch ornament issues, other ornament magazines or leaflets, kits. How many of us have Mill Hill kits laying around? I also the Halloween issues have a ton of smalls. I have a cone of doom, which is the 310 by DMC. It's on a big cone. What I plan on doing is maybe just starting every time it's a Saturday and Sunday, just working the black on that pattern. Unless there isn't a black, then I might use the white because I bought B5200 in a cone, and there's a B5200 and there's a 5200. The B5200 is brighter, and that's white, and it's white, but it's brighter than the white. And I don't want to show you the chart. What's the name of the book? I think it's Brenda's Beaver Needs a Haircut. Yeah, I've heard the other ones too, Kay. They are hilarious. Yeah, they are fine for the kids to hear. Yeah, it's double meanings. Exactly. They're adult books, but kids won't understand. They're not vulgar. They're just hilarious. I forgot to turn on the air in here or open a window and I'm roasting. So this is twisting a little bit. So when your threads are twisting, once you pull that needle through, let the needle drop. So it's going to hang underneath and it's going to untwist. I know, right, Crashly? What's the something about Slap the Monkey? Isn't that the other one? No, the Winky Wonky Donkey. I don't think that's an adult book though. That one's just funny. I think the Winky Wonky Donkey is a children's book. Yeah, the squirrel with the big nuts, but I think it's Slap the Monkey is the other one. But yeah, I don't think the Winky Wonky Donkey is. I think that one is a children's book. Because there's a grandmother that reads that to the grandchild, and she gets laughing so hard that I get laughing, and you can't stop. Anybody got any questions about cross stitching? Think that's it. We're gonna be doing also a stitch along next year. We're gonna start at April 2nd, which is my birthday and on a Sunday, so it's a Sunday new start. And that will be Halloween Quaker. And I forget who's the designer on that, Danielle. Do you know? I know, right, Kay? You cry watching her read it. Yep. And I'm yelling out to the grandmother, you need to breathe. Breathe. Lila Studios. Thank you. Yeah, so we're going to be starting the Halloween Quaker. That's not on the channel. This is a bunch of us Zoomers that are doing it. I mean, I'll talk about it on my channel, but it's not a channel stitch along. And I keep dropping my scissors, and yeah, I need a better setup here for doing the lives. So there's that. And we will be doing an Christmas tree next year, a different one. And it's by Carolyn Manning. So we discussed this yesterday, and I think Danielle has the date for that one. Did we come up with a date for that one yet? I can't remember. Danielle wrote it all down, and now I've got to get them written down. I have my new planner, so everything's going to go on sticky notes. Stitchy notes, yeah. Sticky notes. I don't know why the dog's barking. I have no idea. Yep, I already talked about that one, Rebecca, right? The Chessie, that's from Heaven and Earth Designs, is starting January 1st. The artist is Ash Evans. So if you go under Heaven and Earth Designs, look up Ash Evans, and it's called Chessie, and it's the Cheshire Cat. You will need a lot of blues. Hi, David. How are you? Yeah, David is one of two guys that comes into our crazy cross stitch Zooms and puts up with all us crazy women. David, he stitches a lot of Heaven and Earth Designs and Lawn Dog Samplers. And he also has a floss tube channel. And I think, Rebecca, have you done a floss tube in a while? I'm always looking to see if you got floss tube up. David says, yes, it's fun. Him and Brian put up with us. And then in the Anytime Zoom, then Robert, there's also Robert. So we have the three guys that put up with us. Yep, he does. He is a great cross stitcher. You should see his pieces. Right now, he's working on a buffalo. It is a big one. So he was working on that in Zoom this weekend. Oh, okay, Rebecca. Yep, and if you used to watch Crafting Journey all the time, her channel name is now Crafting in Crime Daily. We have a lot of YouTubers out there. I don't watch them like I used to. I'm just starting to get back into my reading and reviewing books, listening to them while I'm cross stitching. So, yeah, I'm not onto YouTube as much as I used to be. And I'm not in Zooms like I used to be either. It used to be I would be in Zooms for hours, and I had to cut back because you can only do so much. We're only awake so many hours a day. Plus, when I started watching YouTube, Scott worked nights. So he'd be sleeping during the day and working at night. So I didn't see him much. Now he's working days. So I take advantage of the time that he's home and I spend more time with him. And he has a sports car. So we like to go out for car rides almost every day before we have dinner. Because I have a stomach that doesn't always cooperate with me, so I don't want to go for a car ride after we've had dinner. So I like to go beforehand. So we've been doing that this summer, and soon the snow will be flying, so it will get put up. It will go in storage for the winter, and so I like to do that when it's nice out in the evenings. So yeah, I'm not on like I was. Text recap. Here we go. September 22nd, Autumn Blossom by Shannon Christine. That's a stitch along. October 22nd, Curly Tail Rosie stitch along. That is a Heaven and Earth Designs. October 29th is diamond painting of Rosie. So when they're diamond painting, we will be cross stitching, but we're just starting a week earlier because it takes a lot longer to cross stitch a piece than it does to diamond paint. December 31st is Nora Corbett's Minerva. January 1st is Heaven and Earth's Chessie. Artwork is by Ash Evans. And like I said, if you want a list of all the stitch-alongs that are going on now or coming up that the group of us are doing, I just send me your email. I will email you all the stitch-alongs. And as for the Zoom events, our community Zoom events, I do have a newsletter for that. It lists the events and the links to the Zooms. So I you can get that newsletter as well. I send them out the first of every month and it just keeps getting updated. April 2nd of next year is the Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. And let's see. August 23rd of next year, we are starting Oh Christmas Tree, and that's by Carolyn Manning. Yes, I know you guys are all going, these women are crazy bitches doing all these stitch alongs. How the hell do they get anything else done? Well, who says we don't? Yeah, we try to finish things. I've had 13 finishes this year of cross stitch. I have about 30 pairs of scissors, cross stitch embroidery scissors, and just as many, if not more, scissor fobs. So I don't know if I purchased this or if I made this years ago. And I had the scissors. So Danielle made a few of us these grime guards to go with the daisy chain, because this is what daisy chain looks like. So she made the grime guard. I'm like, wait a minute, I think I have scissors and a scissor fob. So I looked and yep, I had these. So they stay in this with this project and they will stay with that. Yep, and I do live floss tube every Thursday on this channel. I didn't this past Thursday. I was in a funky mood. You did not want me on. And I had nothing really to talk about. I only had one whip and I was working on another. I didn't have anything to show. And I wanted to go for a car ride. And then when Scott got here, he's like, we can't go for a car ride. He had to go into his part time job. They had called him, someone had called in sick. And so when he got home from his full time job, he had to go into his part time job. But other than that, I try to do a live floss tube every Tuesday. And I try to do a live color with me on Tuesdays. I didn't do diamond painting on here anymore. My floss tube seems to be more popular than diamond painting. And I don't diamond paint that much anymore. So I do still have a diamond paint in the lawn. For the whole year, it was hashtag year of Sheena, and it was any diamond painting by Sheena Pike. I've finished one and I'm working on another one. But yeah, I haven't worked on it in a couple weeks. I usually do that on Wednesdays in my Craft Wednesday Zoom. But this past Wednesday, I was bobbinating. I had bought all the floss I needed for Chessie that were starting January 1st. So I've been trying to buy things a little bit at a time because I'm kind of on a strict no buy-in ban. But I can buy floss. I'm just not really supposed to buy patterns. Oh, okay. So Danielle says that the Shannon Christine pattern starting September 22nd is not called Autumn Blessings. It is called Autumn Favorites. That's the name of it, Autumn Favorites. I have the pattern, but I can't do it because a lot of you know that I am stitching the No New Starts 22. So the only way I can start something new is if I finish something. And it has to be the same size or smaller. So I don't have something finished so that I can start the Autumn Blessings. Or Autumn Favorites, I mean. See, you've got me keep saying Autumn Blessings. Autumn Favorites. And next year, I already have a list of everything that all my whips that are going now that are started, plus all the new things that I want to do. Because there's quite a few stitch alongs from this year and last year that I still need to do. So I'm going to do the Fab 50. Nightmare Before Christmas, that was the stitch along last year I didn't get to, and Tale as Old as Time. And there's a new one starting in January, and that's called Part of Your World. That is by Story Stitches. And that is the characters from Disney's The Little Mermaid. You'd like to get into cross stitching, really? Just pick up a small kit and try it. Don't go and spend a lot of money because you might not like it. But you're going to want to start out on a piece of Ada cloth and a little bit of DMC. Just buy a beginner's kit or buy a stamped kit. A lot of people like the stamped. I don't. I prefer the counted. But you could always start out with a small stamped kit to find out if you like stitching, and then after you've done a small stamped one, buy a small counted cross stitched one. You came to the craft store and forgot your debit card? Well, I guess you're safe then. Poor David. Do you have another way to pay for it? So I'm not sure who is on after me. This goes on through tonight. I don't know when the last streamer is. I did not do a charity like some people were. I was supposed to, but I forgot to set it up. I was going to do it for the American Diabetes Association because I have diabetes and I was not taking care of myself. And my numbers have been around 400 for about 2 years. And my doctor, I've been on metformin. I was on metformin and repaglinide, and my numbers were not coming down. So then he put me on Ribissus, and then I went off repaglinide, and my numbers were still not coming down. And after a year of arguing and fighting, and I said no to insulin, I finally gave in and started insulin of July this year. Totally changed my eating habits. Eating healthy, hardly eating any carbs, very low carb. Um, I have my Fitbit. It goes off at 10 minutes of every hour, tells me how many steps I need to get in. I now play music. I dance around the house. I have lost 27 pounds. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. I'm telling you, this is was really scary when I could not get my numbers down no matter what I did. So the insulin was my wake up call also, and I am doing great on it. My numbers are where they're supposed to be. I do still have a cheat meal every week, once a week. Sometimes I have a cheat day. I have a cheat day once a month. But if my numbers have not been good, I won't do it. Now, Friday, I had a fish fry for lunch. I ate half for lunch and half for dinner. My numbers were sky high. They came down yesterday and they're still coming down. So I'm doing good, and let's see. I have Danielle and Amanda and Crystal and a few others in Zoom who are my biggest supporters. And in fact, I have to message Danielle every morning and every night when I check my sugar to let her know what my numbers are. And I weigh myself every Sunday and I check in with Danielle. I didn't today because I think I gained like 0.2 pounds. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Yeah, it's a long road, but I will get there. I will get there. I feel better. I mean, I didn't feel sickly with my numbers being that high, but I do now have more energy. I'm not taking naps, and I'm not doing no carbs. I'm just doing a low carb. So I still have my popcorn once a week. So I try not to take away everything. Who is next, Crystal? Oh, Crystal put up who is next. There's the link for who is next. What time is it? Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye so you guys can go get something to drink or whatever before the next person comes on. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I do stitching and coloring on this channel. I used to diamond paint. I don't. But if you like any of this, come on back. I do a live floss tube, but we talk and show things. I don't cross stitch. But Wednesdays and Sundays, I try to do stitch with me. But that's it. Next person's up. Thank you so much. Bye.